It was another day in Sodor when the trains awoke. All the doors were closed when Thomas awoke and came to the door. Oh, it's me, Thomas. I've come awakened from my slumber. Then Percy awoke. Percy was like, yeet. Thomas was merely having a nice day when his friend Percy met him. Percy said, Thomas, what are you doing? Thomas said, I am driving around the country. Percy said, Thomas, you need to get to the slope of nothing. The bridge to nowhere. What's that? It's a bridge which goes to the highest point in Sodor. But what could be at the top? Is what I'm thinking. I was thinking that too. So I guess I will go up there. But you're going to need a lot of diesel to get to the top. I know. So Thomas went to go to meet his friend, James, to ask him where to get diesel. Cinematic shot. Thomas had gotten to a point where he was near James. Then James appeared out of nowhere. Thomas, he said, where's my tender? Okay, Thomas, what do you need from me? Well, James, I need a lot of gasoline. Thomas, you know I can't help you in that matter, but perhaps my friend, James's tender can. Hold on, Thomas. Let me find him the right direction. James's tender's on his way. It's coming, Thomas. Basically, he just decided to jump the bridge because this wasn't working the way he thought it was. And then, oh my gosh!
It's me. James's tender.
What? I didn't know. James had a tender.
He does. And I think you can get some diesel from the south side of the island.
James's tender, you're a lifesaver. Ah ha ha.
I know. And Thomas.
Yes?
You're going to want to be careful when you go up to the top of the bridge to nowhere.
Why?
Thomas, it's very dangerous up there. You're going to be careful because no one really knows what lies at the top.
James's tender, you're the tenderest person I know.
Well, that's quite kind of you. Let's leave this scene.
And so Thomas went on to go find Thomas went along to go find a pack of diesel, which he could give to his nephew. But he was actually going to take the diesel for himself until Thomas reached an obstacle which he could not cross, for the bridge to the bags of diesel was stopped, and it was in the air. So Thomas said, "Why? What is this?" That's when he ran into his friend. And by friend, I mean enemy. Mr. What's his name? Oh, his name is Diesel. Well, that's just confusing. Diesel, what are you doing blocking the bridge?
Thomas, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I wouldn't recommend it. Thomas, the bridge to nowhere can lead to nothing good. If you're going to leave Sodor, you might want to do it in your own way, in your own time. The only thing that stays at the top of the bridge to nowhere is nothing.
Diesel, I need to find some diesel, quick!
Thomas, we need you. You're our friend. And I wouldn't want to lose you over some stupid pride that you have to go to this bridge to nowhere just because Percy told you to. It's a little messed up, in my opinion.
Diesel, you're so stupid. Get out of my way so I can find some diesel.
And with that, Diesel committed suicide. But Thomas was still stuck, for the bridge was up, and he, having only wheels, could not fly. Thomas could not go over the perilous canyon without wings, but he did have something extra special, which might be able to allow him to get across. This was flying. He could fly. So he put his engine really fast, and he hit the gas, and he went wow. And so, with vigor, Thomas went over another bridge. Oh, frick, wrong way. Thomas went to the Isle's End in search of Diesel. Not Diesel, the guy. He died. And there he found it at the end. A whole pile of Diesel. But someone else was sitting at the end as well. This was Duncan, Thomas's lifelong acquaintance. With a dramatic lighting cue, Duncan said to Thomas, "Thomas, I don't know what you're doing. Thomas, this isn't the path that you should follow. Thomas, I love you. Thomas, we are meant to be together. But, Thomas, you're leaving in search of some stupid bridge to nowhere. I can't bear it. If you leave, what will I do in your stead?"
Duncan, you stupid idiot. I'm going to that bridge. Whether you like it or not. I have to do this because Percy told me to. And if there's one thing I know, it's that Percy is always right.
I just can't be with you if you're going to leave. You're breaking my heart. Why would you choose some stupid bridge to nowhere over me? It's like our whole relationship has been a falsity. It's just been standing in the way of you trying to get to some stupid bridge to prove that you're competent, that you have what? Why are you trying to do this and throw away everything we had? Everything.
Duncan, get out of here. I need this diesel. Get out of my way. I have to go to the bridge to nowhere, and you mean nothing to me.
And with that, Thomas did a backflip and grabbed the diesel and got the heck out of there.
Now, it took Thomas quite a while to get to the mountain that went to nowhere. I mean, the bridge. It was a long and perilous journey. This part was particularly perilous. It was getting very spooky as Thomas went through the mountains. He contemplated whether this task was actually one necessary for his happiness. And as Thomas went through the bridge he had jumped over earlier, he contemplated about the sweet jump he had done, and also thought about whether this task he was undergoing was worth undertaking. Which is better, to live with one's acquaintances peacefully and in harmony, but to deny the desires to conquer the unattainable?
Why do we suffer? Why do I push away everybody in my life in pursuit of something that I don't even know what it is at the top of? Who knows where this thing will lead? And yet, I push on anyways, going for something that I don't even know, leaving everyone that I love behind.
So Thomas went and he decided to go. First he had to go through the spooky thing and blah blah. But Thomas did it. Oh, frick. He reached the bridge that really started his journey. This was the point at which Thomas could have gone back. All of his pursuits, all of his desires, he could have turned back now and gone back to the happy life he had.
But if he crossed this point, there was no going back.
And Thomas decided to go up the perilous journey to the top of the mountain that led to nowhere. No one had ever... Ah, frick! No, nothing. And he fell and died.